What's up everyone, Colby here with Roadside Showcase, and I'm out here in the sleepy little town of Laufman, Florida, and I figured I'm not making content, I need to find a way to make something. So I came up with the idea today to go geocaching, and there is a geocache hidden somewhere here in this Shady Oak area, and we're gonna find it. So let's see what we can do. So first rule of thumb when you're geocaching is you don't want anybody to actually see you doing it, because if they don't know what it is, they're either going to think you're up to something shady or they're just going to take it. Looking at the GPS coordinates, and they seem to be putting me back in here. Wow. You really don't want to run into snakes or anything back here, which is certainly always a concern in Florida. I mean, you can tell people come back here and have a good time, so there's a lot of trash, but I'm not looking for trash. I'm giving up on this one real quick. I've gotten bit by about 14 mosquitoes, and I just don't want to deal with it. I knew that was a bad idea from the second I looked in there, and I just should have turned around and went to another one. But I was already here, and I don't like to cut my losses like that, but I must have a dozen bites on my body just for the 3 minutes that I spent in there. But there's hundreds of geocaches within a few minutes drive of here. So we're gonna go find another one in a much more hospitable area where I'm not gonna get, all my blood sucked away. So let's do that. Alright, well, I found one using the geocaching app, which is really awesome and has improved a lot since I first started doing this well over a decade ago. It was a lot harder back then. You had to, I mean, phones back then really couldn't even do what they could do now. They had GPS, but it just wasn't nearly as accurate, and I used a handheld GPS that gave you your coordinates. So this is a lot easier now. So we're gonna go check it out, and hopefully this one goes better. Okay, well, I know it's down this road, way down this road. All right, so I got here, there's a school bus parked there, and I'm next to this place called Theme World, which looks like some kind of RV resort, and that's I-4 right there. So now I just got to figure out where this thing is, and hopefully there's no mosquitoes. I'm going to assume at that light post right there. So that's where I'm going. Look at that. That's a log you're supposed to sign. And then these are called trackables, and I want to take one of these and put them in another one. That's a good one, travel bug. Completely legitimate $100 bill back in here to trick somebody, and I'm gonna sign the log. Okie doke. Okay, so that one went way smoother than last time. So I picked up what is called a travel bug. So this basically, we can take this identifying number and look up where else this thing has been, and you're supposed to take it and put it into another geocache to, keep it moving and see how far you can get it to go. So we're gonna look up this one right now and see where it's been. So yeah, this guy, he's pretty interesting. He's got like this Norse ring attached to him, and this is the common one you can get off the geocaching website, the little dog tag looking thing, but they're easy, and there's nothing crazy about them, but it's hard to lose them, or it's hard to mistake what they are. What's interesting about this one is it started back in January, quite a ways away from here, but where we are right now is called Davenport, Florida. It's kind of the entry to Polk County, coming out of Osceola County, not too far from Disney. This travel bug was first placed in Davenport, Iowa. So it has made its way all the way from Davenport, Iowa to Davenport, Florida. So I'm going to keep this, and we're going to try and move it. There's not too many caches around here. I mean, there's a lot, but there's not too many that could fit it around here. So maybe I'll do a follow-up video tomorrow. I'm heading down to Winter Haven to do some stuff for work. Maybe we will move it down to Winter Haven and see where we go from there. We're going to go try and find one more. This one's called a micro cache. So they're in tiny little containers that are easier to hide, but they're also harder to find. I need to go to Target to get some things. So there's one located in the Target parking lot area. So we're going to try and track that down. And just so you can see what a smaller one looks like. Okay, so over here GPS is showing me right on top of it. Now I've had some experiences where they will stick them underneath that little cap on light poles. So I'm gonna assume, since I'm right on top of it, that has to be where it is. So we are gonna go see. Look at that little tiny little guy, completely stealth. Thing is, I mean, absolutely filled, so I don't even have any room to write. So we're just gonna fold it back up and throw it back in there, but I'll log it online. But you know, this is kind of what you'd see. You know, people get creative and they create something like this, and they can throw it in something like that. So in a nutshell, that is geocaching. You know, it's a fun thing to do with your family, or even just by yourself. If you're on a business trip, or you're in a new town and you want to do some exploring and see what's around, get on geocaching and find one to go find. For the time being, I think this is an interesting idea that I can do a lot with this channel while I'm trying to figure some things out. I've got a lot of traveling planned, so I know that I can go back and do some of the original content, like back when I was doing the RV job. That's ultimately the goal, is I want to get back to doing that somehow. So one step at a time, but I appreciate you guys being there for me, and I am going to do my hardest to get back to at least a somewhat regular schedule for you. So I appreciate you guys being there for me, and we'll see you next time.